I'm doing something I've never done before. I'm taking on the build alone.
Let's see how far I can get on this.
Ryan is out of town, but that doesn't mean work stops on the house build.
We want to move into this house.
With Ryan gone, I'm completing some small tasks on our build, and he has no idea I'm doing this.
I think that Mission Surprise Ryan is gonna work.
Follow along as I take on the build all by myself and see if Ryan is as shocked as I think he'll be.
It's so clean.
It's so clean.
And if you haven't already, be sure to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell. It's the easiest way to support our build, and it's free.
All right, guys. Ryan is actually out of town, and I am going to surprise him. He does not know that I'm planning on doing any work on the house when he's gone, but the work site is slowly building up like it does and becoming a little bit of a disaster. So today I'm gonna do a little cleanup, and then I'm hoping that before he comes back, I can finish up the shear wall so we can cross off another thing on our race to the combo inspection list. We're having a hard time picking up that momentum that we're searching for since we've gotten back into the groove of building after our month off. So I'm hoping that when Ryan gets back and he sees these two surprises, it'll help kick him back into motion and keep me motivated too, because we want to move into this house. And little things just kind of keep getting in our way. But my plan today, clean up the whole work site, make it a lot more manageable in here, make it a nice place to walk into when Ryan gets back into town. And then I'm hoping that either tomorrow or the next day I get a little work done on the blocking and on that shear wall. All right, I'm back in here working on Mission Surprise Ryan. Yesterday I got done with the back bedrooms and the laundry room and the bathroom. It looks awesome back there. Some of those rooms I feel like we haven't vacuumed in so long, so that felt so good. So today I just have to tackle the upstairs, which really doesn't have anything going on up there. I just need to vacuum it. And then down here, which I remembered it being a lot more intense in my mind, but now that I'm here today, I think I'll be able to bust this out pretty quick. I just got all done cleaning up the whole house. It is vacuumed, swept, tools are put away, tools that don't need to be in here anymore or parts that don't need to be anymore in here have been moved to other places. One of our biggest problems is we have a lack of storage, is really what it comes down to. We have our living space with the yurt and the camper trailer, and then we have a very small shed. And then we have the house. So a lot of times, a lot of stuff comes in here and we keep it in here a little too long because it's easier than figuring out where it's gonna go in our other small spaces. So we're very excited to get an outbuilding someday on our land. But for now, it's just gonna take these tiny cleanups along the way. So Ryan will be back tomorrow evening. So I'm thinking that tomorrow during the day, I can still get in here and work on that shear wall and maybe even get some blocking done. I only have a very small 2x10 to use for that. So that project will go kind of quick because I'll run out of product. But I think that Mission Surprise Ryan is gonna work. And I think he's gonna be way excited.
You so ready?
Here we go. All right, Ryan is getting home today, and I just heard from him he's gonna get home sooner than he thought he was, which is awesome because originally he was gonna get home and I wasn't even gonna be here, and neither were the kids. And I was kind of afraid he was gonna come in the house site and I wouldn't get to see his reaction. So now I think he should be here and I should be working in the house when he shows up, which I think will already be a shocker to him because I normally don't work on the house build without him. But everything that I have that I'm doing, I totally understand how to do. I don't need his assistance on it. I don't need a double check because it's all stuff I've done before. So I am going to try and take on some blocking, possibly the shear wall. That may just be moving in the materials to finish it. And then we also have some mold growing on our covered porches on the underside. So we got some vinegar for that, and we're gonna go through the process of spraying that mold just like we did last year with the rafters in here. And it's so strange that we're having these mold issues outside because obviously the airflow is there, and we have built other structures that have never had these issues, and the wood is not treated on those other structures, and they're basically just the same. So we have no idea why the plywood on these roofs are taking on this mold, but they are, and we're gonna try to get ahead of it. And it is so incredibly rainy right now that we can't let them totally dry out and then put some stain on that underside. So for now, we're gonna spray with vinegar, give it a good scrub, and hopefully that stops that growth. And then when it does dry out for a little bit of an extended time, Ryan and I are gonna get out here and we're either gonna paint the underside of that plywood or we're gonna at least stain it so no more growth can happen there. have the blocking done as far as I can go with the 2x10s that I had. We are actually running by the hardware store tonight, so I'm gonna see if I can pick up enough 2x10s so we can finish the blocking and get this crossed off of our list. I think that I'm actually gonna move on now to the shear wall. I said that I wasn't gonna do that today because Ryan was gonna be home earlier than I thought, but he just called and said he's gonna be home late now tonight. So I might as well make the most of it and get as much done as I can today. So I think shear wall is up next. Let's see how far I can get on this. Okay, I'm going through our pieces of OSB that we have out here. I think I've got some pieces that are gonna work. And then I've got one piece that looks like it just needs to go. But a lot of times we save these scraps. Tell me if you guys are like this. We save these scraps because wood is a lot of money and we do random projects around here, like things for the chickens and things for shelving in our shed and pieces of OSB that have a teeny tiny bit of water damage on them work fine for those projects. So tell me below if you keep your wood scraps or if you're a person who's like, nope, once I'm done, I get them out of the way. I don't want that clutter. Okay, I just got the top part left now, which will be 2 pieces because of the sheets of OSB that we have. The shear wall is done. I can't believe I did that. Actually, I can believe I did that, but I'm really proud of myself because I'm a little freaked out by the circular saw. I used to always like, the one that didn't have the tail feeling of it. And that one, the blade is really worn down and we need a new blade on it and we don't have that. So I was like, well, I gotta use this one, and I did it. So anyway, very proud of myself that I was able to do all that. And now I'm gonna move outside and spray the vinegar on those rafters and the pieces of plywood that are growing that mold. I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna spray it, get that done, and then call it a day.
dancing machine. You're always living for the weekend.
The other thing with all this mold that we're seeing, so some of it is on the rafters, and we kind of knew that was there already because these pieces, when they came out, were not in the best condition. They were at the bottom of the pile of what they were being stored, so they needed a good spraying anyway, but they've definitely gotten more growth on them. The other thing with what's happening on the pieces of plywood, they were brand new, we brought them from Lowe's, is it's really only happening on one sheet of OSB. Or one sheet of plywood. So who knows? Anyway, I'm going to finish up spraying them and that'll be that. And the last thing I'm going to tell you is from all the research we have done, vinegar is the best thing to use. Vinegar will kill the mold and make the growth stop. You will still see it as a surface level thing, but it is dead and won't grow. And then if you really want to go in there and clean it further and make it not look like the mold was ever there, you can put bleach on it after that. But we've heard from a lot of people like, oh, use bleach, use this, use that. And from all of our research, vinegar is really the best thing. So there you go.
Quiet, I like talking. I'm always filling space. You like to run, but I like walking at a different pace. There's different ways we go about it, different seasons and different styles, different words we use to say.
Should I turn on the light?
Yeah.
It's really clean.
It's like so clean, Ryan. I cleaned every single space in the house.
Oh my gosh.
I took everything out and then put it back in, except for that area.
So clean.
It's so clean. And the upstairs is clean, and the back rooms are clean.
And like vacuum.
Yeah. And like
Oh my
vacuumed.
God. It looks like we could like sleep in here.
I know. I vacuumed the cracks.
And the crevices?
Yeah, like the cracks between the plywood. Look, there's no sawdust in this room anymore.
That's so fun.
I know, it makes you want to build a house
It
again.
does. It gets so overwhelming when it's so dirty.
And then there's one last thing.
Oh my gosh.
I finished the shear wall. And I did almost the block. I did 3 more pieces of blocking. And then I ran out of my 2x10.
That's what I figured that you had done, was just that you did the blocking.
No, I did 3 of the blockings today. And then I did the shear wall. And then I did a full on, there's a whole woman builds house alone in the woods.
That is super impressive.
Are you surprised?
I'm super surprised.
I kept every single day. You'd ask, what did you do today? And I go, oh, nothing. And I was like, I'm so exhausted. Like even today, I was like, I'm so tired because I built all day. So there you go. We're not that behind on the build because we can cross off shear wall.
Yay!
Well, I'm glad you're surprised. I was kind of like, I don't even know if he's going to be able to tell how clean it is. Ryan got home kind of late and I couldn't keep it in anymore. I was going to keep it in until tomorrow morning when we walked into the build, and then I was like, I got to show you a surprise. I wonder what you thought. You thought it was going to be something like a new thing.
Well,
But-
I was picking up that you had I was like, okay, I bet she made some progress. And I was like, oh, you got your blocking done.
Yeah, you were like, that's what I know. And I didn't do any of the blocking that's hard. I was like, no, I'm going to cut some 14.5-inch
This
pieces.
place looks immaculate. It's
Yeah.
like so clean,
It's
and
totally-
you got the shear wall done.
Got the
You're
shear
so
wall done.
awesome.
We get to cross. Well, that's it. We're going to go watch some TV with our kids.
Pajamas,
and go to bed.
watch some TV, go to bed.
I like talking.